many years helped entrepreneurs and business owners to acquire the skills and knowledge they need to market their products, services and business in this dynamic environment. She's the innovator of unique and successful systems that is applicable to all kinds of business, offline and online, big and small. She was going to completely blow your minds because they're not blown already, but we can see your brains sliding out your ears. So instead of like breaking your brains totally this afternoon, we're going to change things up a little bit and just give you the opportunity to, bit of an open forum with Jen and Renee, ask a couple of questions about the last couple of sessions because there's been a heap of information. Like there really has been a lot of information and lots of different things to take in. So Jenny's not going to introduce you to 6 new types of social media that you need to be involved in. How to set profiles up. No. But these two guys are just going to give you the opportunity to ask questions and perhaps between each other share ideas and suggestions and how we can help each other. I promised to show a couple of people Twitter and hashtags and at tags, so I can grab that out and explain a bit of that if people want to know what you're talking about there. Yeah. And I'm sure you'll be touching a lot more on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. But
so can I just do a brief introduction?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll let Jen. I just feel like the room has been spinning. And anybody else feel that way?
You have.
That's exactly right. That's what I was thinking. So my specialty is Facebook advertising. So right now, if anybody, I don't know anything about any of your businesses, but based on all the stuff that you have had to consume, just in the few hours I've been here, is a massive amount of information. It's all excellent, and it's all top-notch, and I agree with everything that's been said. But holy cow, it's overwhelming. And so I'm like sitting back there and going, Renee, I can't talk about my stuff. So we run an advertising agency. We help people just kick ass with Facebook ads. Like you'll see Facebook ads, they're on the right-hand side. They're really cool. They're very, very effective, really powerful. That's my presentation. So there you go. But first, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about me. And I'm a bit of a softie, and I have an emotional side. So I'm going to probably cry while I talk. That's all right. But you guys are all cool, and you can deal with it. So let me see if I can figure this out.
We're female, we're not intimidated.
There we go. I'm gonna, okay. These are my babies, and I tried for years and years and years to have babies, and I couldn't have them. I told you, like I got one sentence out. And I can't even look at them. So my babies. It took years and years for us to have to get pregnant with Joseph, who is the tiger, and I was in the emergency room when we had surgery to implant embryos and all this sort of nonsense, and I had serious complications, and I ended up being in intensive care for 28 days on life support and everything. I was completely out of it for many weeks, and Joseph was conceived and healthy and normal, and he was born and he's perfect. I was so tired being a new mom. I'm like, God, motherhood is so tiring, and I don't know why. And all my friends were laughing at me, and it turns out I was pregnant with twins. So that was tiring too. So that was a surprise, and then my babies came along right after that. Yeah. Wow. Who knows why? I know what I was doing.
Because once your body knows, you get on with it if you want to go on it.
Yeah. So, be careful what you wish for, because you might get it. But anyway, I got it in a lump sum. So these little boys took up all, as you can imagine, of my breathing, thinking space in my head. And my husband had a very great job, but he was never home. He was always out. And so conception and pregnancy and breastfeeding and everything just was all consuming for me, and he was gone. He was traveling, and I have no family. I'm from America, and his family was not really supportive. Now, this is not a sob story. This is an empowering story, okay? So bear with me. So in November 2008, my husband got mentally, it sounds very strange, mentally ill. He basically was overloaded with stress. He was trying to pay the mortgage and all of our bills. We had to hire help to come in and pay for, because I was not, can't cope with these babies. So we had bills coming out of our ears, and he couldn't go to his job. He couldn't deal with it. He was so stressed that he was like unable to cope. And so he came home and he said, I can't go back to work. And I went, what the fuck? Because I'm like, you you gotta go to work. Like, you got the bills and the mortgage and the house and I shit myself. Like, I was so scared and I didn't know what to do. And I thought, I'm a smart girl. Like, I gotta do something. I can't just sit here on my ass and like lose my house and lose my life. And what am I gonna do? I didn't know what to do. And that's the next slide. No, I'm shaking. Or maybe just this. Yeah.
Just push the button next.
There you go. I somehow found this book. I was in the bookstore, and this book jumped out at me off the shelf, and I was like, God, that looks so hyped and spammy. But for some reason, I bought it, and my bank account was really low. Like, I wasn't sure if my FPOS was going to go through for the whatever $14 or something that it was to buy this book. And I bought it, and I read it all and absorbed every single thing. And I went, oh my God, I'm a child psychologist. I know this stuff. I could write something. I could write a little book. And all the questions that people, and I was a preschool teacher too, and parents ask all these questions. So I put together this fabulous, what I thought was fabulous, PDF of all the questions parents asked when I was a preschool teacher and all these things, and put it together, and I made a shitty website, and it was terrible, and people bought it. It was so good. I was like, oh my God. And it was great. I mean, it was real questions from a psychologist and a preschool teacher, and they loved it. Like, people wrote to me, and they're like, this is the best thing ever. So I was selling these $17 guides every day. So I wanted to get more traffic to it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wanted to figure out AdWords and all the stuff we've been talking about today. And that was in 2008. And so I started learning AdWords and Facebook and Yahoo, and I set up a blog called PPC Mom, and I still have that today. Pay per click. So it's advertising, which paid advertising, to send, because you can get tons of traffic really fast if you pay for it from Google and Facebook and Yahoo and all kinds of other places. So I just dived right into it and absorbed it all. And very quickly I found, it was about 3 months in, and my income had skyrocketed. I was making $4,000 profit a month, and from nothing, right? And I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I can pay the mortgage. It was so good. And then this led to where I am today, which is FB Ads Lab. So in October 2010, I kind of came out of the closet, so to speak, and started helping other people figure out this paid traffic side of things. So so I kind of worked underground, my own things, my own affiliate things, and doing all this stuff up until that point. But now our business has been running for 18 months. We're well into six-figure business. I have 11 full-time employees. And it's so fabulous. It's really good. So what you guys are learning today, it really works. And it doesn't have to take forever, and it doesn't have to, you know, you just have to figure out what it is that you do and just kick butt at it and focus on it, and you can do it too. Okay, so that's why I was so excited when Renee asked me to come here and talk to all of you, because, I mean, working with women and working with you guys in person and just sitting here and listening to all your questions and stuff, it's really exciting, and you're in the right place. So listen to Renee. So I'm not sure. I don't want to go into, so this is about Facebook ads, and we're not going to go there. So let's just go and let's talk about other stuff, like what you guys, if you want to ask about Facebook ads, I'm really happy to help with that. But I really think you should just, you're going to get a guide that we've created that you can just put in your book.
So inside the guide is quite easy to follow?
Yeah, look, inside, what we've done is we've basically created this. This is step-by-step how we manage Facebook ads for clients. Now, our clients spend between, I don't know, $300 to $5,000 a day on Facebook ads. It's a very powerful platform, and this is exactly how we do it step-by-step. So when you're ready to do Facebook ads, like, write to me and send me a note and say, look, I met you and I'm ready and I need to know some more stuff, and I'll always point you in the right direction. But this is a good guide to fall back on, okay? And this is what I was going to go through with you guys, but you've really done through a lot of this with Wendy. And when you're advertising, you need to know all the answers to these questions before you spend any money on Facebook ads, okay? Cool. Well, if you have more questions about that, we can talk about it, but let's talk. Yeah. I can stop shaking. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah,
Because it is hard.
I thought your story is my story.
Yeah.
Really?
It's funny
Would
when
you like to
women
wait
get
till
to
tomorrow?
that we're all somehow can so relate.
Yeah.
Your husband was me.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, no more.
Isn't it amazing, like, you know, here you are, you know, with the kids and the overwhelm and all the rest of it, and the husband has the breakdown, and you come to the freaking rescue.
Yeah.
Because
as
he's
women,
trying to get
as women, we
through.
just
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, and it's just like, you know, how incredible are we
Yeah.
when,
Yeah.
when, you know, it
Right.
is.
Right.
It's like, okay, so I
It's
know
so
I can do
empowering though. It is so empowering because I make much more money than he does.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
He's working for you.
pardon? He does not. He hates Facebook, which is
Yeah.
quite funny. But anyway.
this.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions about?
I just have a question about, like, for me at the moment, it's about getting traffic to a website.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And I'm thinking probably the pay per click thing. My budget at the moment
No one
hasn't
has
been
one.
high. So how do you kind of go about that with Google
No.
and all that? No?
No.
Don't think it's a good
Look, I really don't think so. I don't think so. If your budget is tight, I mean,
idea? Yeah,
look, having said that, I started my budget was tight.
yeah.
But I didn't have a website. I didn't have traffic. I didn't have all the stuff that Wendy just talked about, which is all free. Do
So
all
the
of that.
leading stuff.
Yeah.
Do all of that.
Yeah.
Do that
Do as much as we
first.
can
Yeah.
free
Yeah.
before we have to
Yes.
outlay anything.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Saying that if to invest good money in a good website though.
Well, ooh, that's wide open.
Mm.
What's invest good money in a good website?
Yeah,
Yeah.
some
That's-
websites cost a
Mm.
fortune and then all that
No.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
because everyone will tell you that they can do it for 2,000 or 1,000 or
Yeah.
800 or
Yes.
10 million or whatever.
No.
You all hear a hideous story. I've heard the most horrible
Yeah.
stories about people's
Yeah.
websites.
Depends what you
Oh,
want
yeah.
on your
Correct.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
on
There's
my
also
second
helps with your website.
You go out to dinner and people are like, what do you do?
Mm.
So what do you do?
I'm a speech therapist.
You're a speech therapist. So then you tell them, and you go, oh, do you work with kids or adults? Oh, there's a question. Do I work with kids or adults, and why? And then the next question they ask you is, you know, do you do home visits or do you have an office? And you know, you can answer that one. The other good idea is to make, like, I have an Excel spreadsheet, and it's not fancy because I'm not a spreadsheet girl, but I just write in topics that as they come to me or as people ask questions. And so then when I go, oh, I've got to, you know, I've got to make a few videos, and I just scroll down, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to answer that one today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That's a
Yeah.
good
How many
idea.
videos would you put up a week?
Oh no, one or two.
Okay.
That not many. I don't do many. I mean, How about you?
I try to do one a week, but sometimes it's once every fortnight. But I'm probably the same. Like if I'm on a roll, I will find it better to shoot 5 in one day and then just schedule them
Yeah.
over the course
Yeah.
of a time frame, and that personally works better for me.
Change
So-
your outfit.
I do, yeah, I do. I put my
was thinking
makeup
the same
on,
thing.
and that's the whole thing is that, you know, I put my
Get ready.
makeup on and I get ready, and I'm a hairdresser by trade, so I can just do different little things quickly with my hair, and I feel. So for me, that's what works for me. The biggest thing is to just do what works for you.
Right.
Yeah.
One cool thing that I love really easy is Audio Boo. I don't know if you've heard about that. It's an iPhone app. It's called Audio Boo, B-O-O, A-U-D-I-O-B-O-O. And so you can download it to your iPhone, and they have a website too. And then anywhere you are, you can record a quick boo, right? And so you create this profile that is your name or your brand or whatever, and then you go to Audio Boo, and like I'm sitting waiting to pick up the kids in the car, and I'm like, so today we have a question from Jolene, and Jolene asks whatever, right? And I'm in the car, and I can upload it, and it goes out. It's so good. And then when I get back to my computer, I can go to the audio boos and get the link to them and embed them into my blog.
Yeah.
So then I can write out the answer, and I can say, you know, you can have the long answer. You'll find this on my blog sometimes. I go, you can have the long answer or the short answer. And the short answer is the audio, and the long answer is that. So that's good for SEO.
I'd do it the other way around.
Yeah.
I'd sort of, the long answer's the speaking, and I hate writing, and the short answer's dot
Yeah,
point.
there you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Is there an Android equivalent?
Yeah.
Probably.
I've
Just
got
looking.
Android.
I am too.
I've got Android.
Sorry.
In 5 minutes, everyone will give
Yes.
us the Android.
Yes.
There is.
What is
it's,
it?
Audio Boo.
It's completely
Yeah.
free, which is just so good. It's a free service.
I don't see it.
And people love it. Like, you can post them to your Facebook page too, and people
Yeah.
love
One
it.
word?
Yeah. It just, again, like it adds that different dimension that, you know, people relate to you, and they get to know you on so many different levels. You know, yes, SEO is important,
and, you know, to be consistent on social media is really important, but ultimately what you're doing is what we've always done in business, and that's building relationships and having a conversation, and that's all it comes down to. But yeah, doing it online.
Do you think Hootsuite hinders that relationship?
No,
Sorry.
I think you do both together.
Yeah, I do my morning because I am on Facebook in the morning, and then my afternoon and evening ones when I'm spending time with the family.
Yeah.
Hootsuite goes.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, look, everybody's going to tell you, like you've said
She
this a couple
said-
of times.
Yeah, but
Everybody
that's
tells you
me.
something
Don't worry
different.
about me.
Well,
I'm not your
you're
target
still-
market.
But you still might. You're a mom. You have an
Yeah.
opinion. It's,
Why does, I don't get my Hootsuites.
I don't like it, but that's me.
If you see,
Like
I
if
like-
I saw yours
yeah,
all the time coming up Hootsuite, I would turn yours off.
But you can use
But
that
why?
and do
Because
it live.
you're not there.
No, you can
I
do
don't
it
know,
live.
that's just
You
me.
can do it live.
Mm.
I don't post
Yeah,
to Facebook.
accidentally.
I don't post to Facebook from Hootsuite.
Oh, that's what I do.
What's Hootsuite?
Hootsuite
It's
is
a
a
program.
service. It's a service that lets you link all of your social
Oh,
media
okay.
profiles, and you can put one statement or photo or video or whatever, and it will automatically publish it everywhere.
Yeah.
I think Facebook is really personal for me.
It's not
I mean,
authentic,
obviously
is
I'm
it?
there, right?
It's not authentic.
And I just really like to be on Facebook. I like the personal side of it. I just,
Well, I
So I
respond, and if the conversation's going, and I've asked a question through
Yeah.
Hootsuite, I'll still engage and respond. But I don't automatically think, well, it's now 4 o'clock, so I should probably put my 4 o'clock post up right now while I'm sitting here talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to think of that and do it.
Right.
So it goes.
Yeah.
But I might get the email while she asks her question
Yeah.
and respond back to all these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
That's
you know,
okay.
schedule posts and schedule content on there, but as long as you're spending probably more time engaging and interacting and building that conversation.
Okay.
could you just do on Facebook ads, and LinkedIn is obviously another forum, what do you call platform?
Yeah.
So you don't do ads for that, or you choose not to, or it's
Me?
just not something you've done? Yes.
Yeah, we've got tests running with LinkedIn ads.
Uh-huh.
It's a completely different market, as Wendy said. The cost per click is very, very high. Like
The pardon?
LinkedIn.
the cost for
Yeah,
every
yeah,
click
yeah.
on
So it should be,
It's-
like just for like mine, my hopeful return from Facebook compared to if I got one from LinkedIn, I'd want that to be a huge return. So I would be happy to pay more for my
Right.
ad in LinkedIn.
right.
That's me personally.
In our current tests, the
Mm.
clicks cost you $2 to $3 each just for a click, and the conversions are zero for
Wow.
our efforts. So
In LinkedIn.
yeah, but it depends what you're advertising, right?
Mm.
Well,
So,
it depends on your
yeah.
customer too, I
Depends
suppose,
on
too.
your
customer,
Yeah.
And if it's appropriate.
And are you,
Yeah.
and most of, so can you give me a calibre of sort of clientele base that you've got in your Facebook
okay.
business?
yeah. So we've got
Please don't take
we've
more.
got most of our clients are in the US and the UK. We have a couple of Australian companies.
Are they because they're ahead of us, or
No,
how
it's.
did that
I
happen?
think it's the volume. I really do. I just think it's big volume. I've spoken at a few conferences over there. With I work with a couple of big marketers over there. They have links to places, and they've recommended us. And I think once you have one customer, you know how they lead to other customers that are in that same market. So I mean, we've got one client who owns many Chrysler dealerships all over the west coast of the United States. So we run all of their Facebook ads. We're working with Seek and run a lot of stuff for them here. And so in the UK, we've got a couple of companies like insurance companies and credit card companies, and they run a lot of lead generation type stuff. People who need to refinance and all that kind of thing. Got Tony Robbins, Anthony Robbins. We run all of his stuff.
Good on you.
Frank
Yeah.
Kern and all those, Evan Pagan. I don't know if you know any of those guys, but we run all of their ads. So it's really funny because they come out with a Facebook ads training, and I go, funny.
Because we do yours.
Yeah, that's right. It's quite funny. But they have
Outsource.
they have a ton. Yeah, that's right. You pay $2,000 to learn that they send it to us. But yeah, those are the kind of things. So most of our clients have many campaigns going in all different places.
Yeah.
So that's small businesses can do it quite well too. Like we have one company who has veterinary offices all over Australia, and we have localized ads. So you could target. I mean, Facebook is really targeted. So you could target people who live in, I don't know, Ivanhoe, who are 40 and over, who are married with children, who have an accounting or finance job,
Wow.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, it's just like, really? We had one agency, one client who wanted homosexual men who live in inner city London,
Is that Grindr?
who, pardon?
Is that right?
So, you know, like, if you know who your audience is, your ad can only show to them. The more specific you are, the more profitable they are.
They are, because they're your target market, and
Hit rate's
people
high.
aren't just clicking and wasting your money.
Yeah.
Well, I ran a very small campaign before Christmas.
Yeah.
Mother's Day. And I was able to target it to women in Melbourne who were interested in pregnancy, birth and something else.
Pregnancy, birth, you'd want to hope so,
Pregnancy,
so
birth.
she's got to come out.
No, but they're the interests that
Oh,
show
and
up.
birth. I
And
thought you
birth,
said
pregnancy,
yes.
birth and children or something, and age between 25 and 35 and something else, which got me 290,000 people on Facebook alone,
Wow.
Wow.
which then within that my ad showed up, and on average they saw it 2.5 times in one day.
Yeah.
Did you get business there?
I got another 20 people on my Facebook page
Yeah, but
Did you get
business?
working on it.
Yeah.
But it was a very small,
Yeah, yeah.
it was a test to see
Yeah.
if it worked.
Yeah.
So I got more people out of it who don't know me from Adam.
Now do.
And
Yeah.
never, now do.
Yeah.
And I was just intrigued at how they all of a sudden could
Yeah.
just bring
Yeah,
it all
right,
down
yeah.
to this.
Yeah.
That's right. It's really good for branding purposes too. Like if you have, if you have clients who have a particular sort of
Need.
brand or need or something, and you want to get your logo or your name in front of those
Yeah.
people, and you're not necessarily expecting a quick buck from it. You don't
Yes.
necessarily need them to buy something.
Yeah.
It's really effective in that way because
Yeah.
you can have your logo flashed up on the
Yeah.
screen for nothing, really. Like you could, the way you set it up in the bidding, and we do that like about 3 or 4 times a year. We just have our brand, flashing up there, but we set it up so that we don't really want people to click on it. So it's kind of, it's kind of tricky. But it's great. It's like a little billboard.
You want them to see it but not clicks.
Yeah.
And they don't cost you, but they're still
Yeah, that's right.
interacting with your brand.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And we set up the connection so we know that they have some knowledge of us already. But it's good. There's all kinds of groovy things you can do.
Yeah.
But it's cool. What other questions have you guys got? Still overwhelmed?
Do you know where to start? Sorry,
That's right.
did you
I was
go?
going to say to you before, do most of the people that you see, obviously the companies you told us, that's why I asked about the different companies you told us about, do any of your clientele find that what Facebook is their number one way of advertising now? But because you deal with national brands, it's a little bit different from dealing
Right.
with small businesses as such.
Right.
Because I think everybody, first thing people do when they're in tough times is pull back on advertising. So the bang spend bucks really needs to work.
Right, right. Which is where I think your starting point should be. It
Yeah.
should work from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think the idea of throwing advertising dollars at something that doesn't work seems a little bit odd.
But I think that's the way it's been done before.
Right.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's been
traditional.
done traditionally. It's been done. We'll have a go at this and see if this works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or traditionally what happens, especially in retail and most business, is that they just do what all of their competitors do, and no one
Without
is
questioning
almost
why.
brave enough to step out and do something different. So, it's all trial and error, for example, my partner works on the back end of the Target website, and most people don't know that, they've got 5 other websites that they're working on that's not live, just testing and researching all the time. So, I think you may see something, but as long as, you're testing the waters and doing something, especially if you want to be at the forefront of your industry, you need to step up and try things that, most people aren't game enough to try.
It's knowing what is that. If you don't even know
That's right.
what that is that you're supposed to
Yes,
be doing,
yes.
how do you know
Yeah.
what to try that's
Yeah.
somebody hasn't
Well,
tried?
I think one of the beauty of blogging, and I'll say this all the time, is because the beauty of blogging, and if you're constantly writing posts, you're constantly researching, and that alone keeps you on top
Moving.
of the game, and it keeps you moving, and it keeps you evolving, and it keeps you growing. So without even realising it, you know more than most people, and that's just by researching and being out there, and and being on top of it.
So how do you go in and set up a blog then? Is there a particular blogging site you recommend? Or
Clever Street.
Yeah.
just go to Clever Street?
She'll sort you
I
out.
She doesn't
started
have the money for that.
No.
off- No, yeah.
So
I started off.
realistically,
I started off on Blogger, and it was
That's good for-
braqueen.blogspot.com.
It's easy.
And that's how I started, and I think that it gave me a platform and it gave me a voice, and that really set up, to where Braqueen has evolved into so many different things now. So I started off on that, but it doesn't cost much. I think for hosting in a blog, like you can do it in little to no time
If
at
you've
all.
already
And
got hosting, it should be pretty
yeah,
easy.
so you've already got hosting. Chris can set it up for you.
So I just need to set up another element to my
Yeah.
It's
website.
really
There are another element to your website to have a suchandsuch.com/blog,
yeah.
Okay.
or you can just have a whole new domain. I mean, it depends if you're blogging about the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll- be-
So you can just easily incorporate it into your existing website.
Okay.
That's no worries. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good to also follow the people who are the leaders in your market. So
Yeah.
like I said before about Twitter, to find out who, if you're not already the leader in your market, find out who is and follow them. Look at their Facebook page and follow their posts and follow their blog and get the RSS feed and put it all into one section, even if you set up a separate email address just for that. Like it could be intelligence at, or spy at, your email address. And just subscribe to all their stuff and see what they're doing. Because it's your market is going to be different from mine, it's different from Renee's, but you'll have your finger on the pulse, which is really important. And then all that will come in and you'll go, wow, I can talk about this and separate
Yeah.
myself or
Yeah.
be ahead
That's
of the
right.
game.
You look at theirs and see that their social media is crap and you go,
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't want to get you on the right, I don't mean to spend all your time worrying about your competitors,
No.
because,
No.
okay, as long as you didn't,
Yes,
that's not what I meant.
No.
Yes.
Because you got to do your own thing and
Yeah.
forge your own path and forget about everybody else, but it's helpful to know.
Need to know
Yeah.
what you're doing.
I think so,
Yeah,
at
definitely.
least when you're getting started and you get an idea of,
Yeah.
and if you find out, they're not using AudioBoo and you are, well, then that's a forum that you can easily,
That's right. And
Not
on the
worth.
flip side of it, you can build a relationship with them, and then possibly collaborate with them, and do something with them in some way that's of mutual benefit. So so it's not always that's what I love about the new economy is there's no such thing as competition, but we have ways to collaborate with people and offer just whatever's going to offer massive value to the people, to
Family,
your
yeah.
to your community, to your whatever tribe, whatever your client, your customers, whatever. At the end of the day, whatever is just giving them an awesome experience. You're educating them, you're providing them with value. Whatever you do, whether you're inspiring them or whatever you're doing, is to just give them as much as possible. So whoever you need to collaborate with to make that happen, then everyone wins.
Question. Where would
Me?
where would wholesalers
Yeah.
on these sort of platforms, where would they be? For me, that was trying to connect with somebody.
To sell your product.
Yeah, to make them aware of that I'm here. Yeah. Like, are they on here yet? Are they on social media?
No, I don't think they are.
Yeah.
Or if they are, I don't know about them, which is probably the more of the truth.
Yeah.
There's all different sorts of selling, like you can do on the road selling, you can do website selling, and that's what you guys are all into. You can do wholesaling. If somebody comes to me and says to me, I've got this brand, I want to sell it. Well, tomorrow they will have 2,000 clients.
Right.
2,000 bricks and mortar clients.
Yeah.
Instant like that.
Yeah.
So that's
I
my
have
job.
breastfeeding covers I'd like to sell, and I would like 2,000 clients. Was that good enough?
That's 2,000,
All right.
that's 2,000 retailers. That's not 2,000
Deal.
people.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes,
I'll
yeah.
take either or.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
Yeah.
So you think that industry is still going through traditional agents
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's still that personal relationship?
The best thing about our market is, and that's probably where you come into it, that we have probably done very similar, is where the advertising actually selling it, is that I deal in an older market, much more probably
Traditional.
affluent area too.
Yep.
My businesses are all and they're moving to the next step, so they've got money behind them, they've got history behind them,
Yes.
and they've got product they're already doing. So they need to, and I'm also dealing with the demographics of, selling anything is part of psychology, and that's the thing you guys probably all have to know, sort of work out as well,
Yeah.
all those things they talk about. And so you've got a lot of emotion involved, and so my consumer is 30 plus, 35 plus, who's got lumps and bumps and everything else that go with that. Most of the things in her wardrobe are from a size 10 to a size 16, 18, 20, whatever.
Yep.
She's probably been every one of those sizes, so she still needs to go into a store to buy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's when you say traditionally, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
At my age, by the time
Yeah.
my career finishes, it will probably not be like that anymore. But,
Yeah.
the endorphins that come in from going to a store and buying a pair of shoes or a lipstick or getting your hair cut or anything else will still be there for women.
I think everyone still wants that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, everyone
You
still
need-
wants that.
You need to
research
Yeah,
feel,
before
no one wants
especially
to
with
buy
fabrics
online.
and
If
stuff.
that was available, down the street,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
would
I'm
buy
not
it.
criticising, but I
Yeah.
think the girls could also use that from the wholesale point of view, is to
Yeah.
be that. I think all you girls have got something to sell to be in bricks and mortar businesses as well.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that our bricks and mortar businesses need to come to your side as well. I
Yes,
think you're really
that's
good at what
right.
you do, but I think we're behind.
Why I
you.
asked
we're
the
we're
question-
retarded in that area.
Yeah.
While I
That's
ask the
what I think you're
question,
advertising.
is I've sort of been thrown into
Wholesale?
that. Yeah, I've literally people ringing me, seen it, I love it, can I have it? Okay, of course you can. But because it's not
You
something.
mean from a retailer's point of view, want to stock it in
Yeah.
their toy shop or their
Yeah.
lifestyle store
Yeah.
or whatever?
Yeah.
Yep.
So whereas I've done my plans of online and my corporates, I now have this lovely third one that because I haven't researched it, I'm like, what do I do? Okay, I want to take care of you and
See,
I'd like to
wholesale-
tell you
yeah.
and
Yeah.
and
See,
more.